Get into now the West Africa region of the continent where we reflect on some of the top stories. Helping us to unpack some of these stories is Dr. David Nyakorak Matsanga, who is a political science and international relations expert, as well as founder and chairman of the Pan-African Forum Limited. Thank you so much for joining us again, Dr. Nyakorak Matsanga. Always great having these conversations and catching up with you. How are you this Thursday?
Good morning, Africa. Good morning, the rest of the world. Those who are listening to us and watching us live, wherever you are.
Awesome. Let's go to Ghana, starting there. And we did mention even Ghana being represented as part of who might succeed Pope Francis. The Ghanaian president, John Mahama, has suspended the country's Supreme Court Chief Justice. This move marks a first in the country's history. What do you make of this?
First of all, it is the Ghanaian constitution allows the president to take action on the judiciary, unlike some constitutions on the African continent. So that it is not a surprise to me at all, having read the Ghanaian constitution. But what surprises me is it comes after a few months and the swearing in ceremony that took place where the chief justice was able to do it very nicely and candidly. And I believe that women were proud when they saw her doing so, and that the world was happy that at least we are moving somewhere. We have several chief judges, two at least in Kenya, and another one in Ghana, and another one in another country. It was a great sign, but the Constitution of Republic of Ghana allows the president to review the judicial service. He has powers to suspend judges, unlike in Kenya, where you must go through a tribunal. In Ghana, the president can take a decision, and I think he has taken a decision.
So, Ms. Gertrude Tokono, being Ghana's third female Chief Justice, there has been a launch into allegations against her. What are these allegations?
Some of them include corruption. Some of them include bias, political bias. You remember, under President Nana Addo, there were quite a lot. This was an appointee of President Nana Addo. And I think during her term as the Chief Justice, there were some things that were not working well with the opposition. And it teaches us one thing, my sister, that when you are appointed to these positions, you should not become personal. We should not weaponize judiciary. We should not weaponize politics. We should not weaponize everything. You see, she was appointed. It is also happening across, even there, you can see Trump struggling, trying to sack judges that don't rhyme. We are following an American style of bad politics that is being injected into our systems in Africa without questioning. Why do you weaponize judiciary? Why do you make judiciary a weapon against the opposition or a weapon against the government? It should not be so. So it teaches us a great lesson as Africans.
There were 3 petitions calling for her removal. Do we know where they were coming from?
Yes, they were coming from several people, corruption charges, several people that claim bribery, and so many from amongst the people. I mean, if they put a petition, unlike in some other countries where the constitutional dispensation allows for an independent committee to investigate into allegations, this one in Ghana gives the president special powers to suspend you, and as investigations are carried out. In other countries, first it is the panel. It has to bring evidence. It has to follow the timelines, and then the judge can defend herself against this accusations. And I believe Ghana has got that. I saw that constitution. They have that mechanism where she will be able to stand and say, I didn't do this. This is a lie. And I am not part of the parcel of these lies. Or alternatively, she can decide to quit and say, I've had enough, so that she can save her retirement package.
Well, I mean, suspension does not amount to an accusation of guilt, but I mean, it is going to be part of a procedure now designed to uphold the integrity of the office.
Yes.
What do you think her reputation will be after all of this, even if she is cleared?
I think once you are, let's learn one thing in Africa. Once you are mentioned in something, especially in the judiciary, you lose integrity. You lose it, even if the allegations are finally thrown out, you lose integrity. For me, I have one feeling as a Pan-African. If I'm mentioned in a scandal, I step aside and go, leave a stage. Let's act like a Shakespeare. It's a stage where you come, you play, you go. It's or the play of Macbeth and so on. Step out. You see, some Africans, even if they are told that you are doing like this, they stick there. In other developed democracies like Japan, if a train knocks another train, the Minister of Transport will resign. You see, let's learn that culture of saying, I should not stick back, fight back, create the whole country to a crisis because I needed this job. You step aside and go and do some other things. I don't think you will have the integrity to run the Supreme Court again.
Let's move to the U.S. now. The senior advisor for Africa there, Masad Boulos, has said that President Donald Trump values Africa despite announcing sweeping aid cuts that have caused, of course, a considerable humanitarian crisis across the continent. Is this the oxymoron of the year?
I think this is a very big hoax. It's one of the most obnoxious, prudish, sardonic statements that I've had. You love Africa, you value Africa, then you put Africa on sanctions. Yet you milk Africa every day. You milk our minerals. You take our gold, diamond. You take our oil, timber. You take almost everything from us. You even take our visa money. You know you don't refund it. You say you are taking a visa money of $200 per person, but unrefundable. Don't think we are stupid, Mr. Trump. Mr. Trump thinks that everybody is stupid. No, some of us went to better schools than Trump, and we studied so hard to make sure that we understand what they do. How can you say you value Africa at the same time you are punishing us? What type of reasoning is that? That is the mind that is very dangerous mind. A mind that can look at a country like South Africa and say, oh, they are discriminating white farmers. Why are they being discriminated? You look at a country like Zimbabwe and you say, oh, Zimbabwe is an axis of evil. Where is Zimbabwe? Does it have anything to do with a nuclear weapon? No. Stupidity of this nature must be condemned. Unfortunately, in Africa, we don't have leaders who stand up to condemn such stupidity. It is immoral for you to say you value us, at the same time you are punishing us to go to hell or to die. Medicine is being withdrawn. People who have HIV have no treatment. Cancer, no treatment. You are cutting your aid, then you value us. What do you value us about? What do you value us about? Someone in Africa must stand, and unfortunately, all the presidents in Africa, those who used to speak are gone.
Let's move to Burkina Faso.
Robert Mugabe is gone.
Yes.
Everybody is gone. People are quiet because they fear Trump. No, we should challenge America on the basis of international law. There is a law.
Yeah. Doctor, I want us to touch on Burkina Faso before we run out of time.
Yes.
The authorities in Burkina Faso say they've foiled a significant attempt to overthrow the transitional government led by Captain Ibrahim Traore. So according to the military sources, the plot involved several officers within the armed forces in Burkina Faso. Were they acting alone?
Again, America and France. And we are not speaking up. This young man in Burkina Faso, my sister, and every African, I call upon you to travel to Burkina Faso. You see the changes. If you have been there when there was a civilian corrupt government, and go there right now, you will not love to come to South Africa or come back to Kampala. You will want to live there. There is medical treatment. There are cars. He has bought over 800 ambulances that reach almost every village with doctors equipped with equipment to treat people. Which president in Africa has done this? This man is being haunted out by the two superpowers of United Nations Security Council. And I agree with President Ruto of Kenya, who said United Nations Security Council is no more. They are quarreling, France and USA against China and Russia. Where are they keeping the peace? They now want to kill this man. And we have got
arrests? Have there any
they
arrests
killed
been made?
Lumumba. We
Any
kept quiet.
Doctor,
They
have
killed
there
Sankara. We kept quiet.
Any
No
arrests
more.
made,
We must
Doctor, finally?
we must defend this man.
I don't
He's
think-
doing a great job, and we shall defend him as African. He might have taken power by the gun, but let me tell you, my sister, this gentleman has done a great job in Burkina Faso. Thank you.
Any arrests, Doctor, made according to this foiled coup?
Yes,
Okay, let's leave
some
it
of
there.
us who are
Arrests
close,
have been made.
friends of this gentleman, we are watching out. We are also going to help him in terms of intelligence. We are going to help him. You remember one man, another
we
black
do have to
gentleman,
completely leave
a
it there,
general from
Doctor. And
America.
I'm sorry to talk over you, but we are out of time, and we really appreciate your
Yes,
insights.
the black gentleman from
David
America
Nyekorak
who
Matsanga
said he wants to
is
kill.
political science and international relations expert, as well as founder, chairman of Pan-African Forum Limited. Most passionate man about Africa, I think, if you hear him in how he speaks. 31 minutes past 6 Central African time. Let's get our news headlines. Here's Onele Nzinzi.
SABC News.